Stu Johnston, commissioner of the CFL, ladies and gentlemen, in the house.
Hey, boys.
Great to see the commish. And James Duthie.
What? You're not loved everywhere. You're not loved everywhere.
What did I do to Winnipeg? I love it here.
We don't know.
Why am I here? You have the commissioner here.
Well,
Did you
because
just bring me on to get me booed and humiliated?
we thought this was Duthie country, but it turns out
It ain't.
It's like it's basically a small parcel in Ottawa. That's the only part. Like
no,
Blackburn,
that's not
Hamlin.
true.
I'm from Ottawa. It is not true.
Exactly. Stu can hammer that out. We thought you'd have the book. The book,
Yes,
as
the
you're doing
book
the
is-
tour, the book's
Guys,
out. Everyone's loving the book.
You know that I'm not one for shameless promotion, and I would never do anything like that.
That is disgusting. Disgusting.
He's got
you
the
would do
book
that.
on the inside of his coat.
Well,
Wow,
You have to,
that's tailored.
you have to sell. There you go. Sorry. Get in there, Rennie.
How beautiful is that? Look at Duthie running the whole
Rennie, that was
operation.
another poor Zoom by you.
Look at that.
That's how you sell books.
No.
That's how you sell books. Well, it's great
I
to
know
see
it
you
is too
guys.
far. It's shameless. I'm sorry.
No, it's great to see you guys. And Stu, this is the first time you're doing Grey Cup as the commissioner.
That's right.
Whereas a TV executive, I'm sure you had a lot of fun over the years. Is it a different pace for you this week?
A little bit of a different pace. I think I see a lot of TSN folks here. They know I never messed around with the production.
Right.
I just let them run, so I could just hang out, visit, glad hand. It was
Yep.
wonderful. Now they're putting me to work. But boys, it's special. It started on Sunday. Canadian Armed Forces helicopter hovers about 50 feet above the ground, and the Grey Cup rappels down, and we welcome that to the city. And the Winnipeg, Manitoba, the Bombers, they are putting on a show.
Yeah, it really has been incredible. And, you know, this is the first time we've been on the road for the Grey Cup, but we've all seen it in Toronto, and we've all witnessed it. Noodles, you in Edmonton. Like, the connection, the whole country kind of comes together.
That's the one thing I noticed that, and what I love and appreciate. Fans from every team come, and that's what I like. And that people we saw last night, everyone was behaved, and it was good, and they just want to have a good time.
It's exactly right. All of us who've been to a number of Grey Cups, that is the exact feeling. For some of us who've been to a bunch of really cool sporting events around the world, nothing compares to this. You never see where fans of all 9 teams just get together to party together and just celebrate the game. It's fantastic.
I tell everybody it's better than Super Bowl week.
You think so?
Because Super Bowl week is just too big and corporate. And plus, nobody's inviting me to, like, the Maxim party or something.
Yeah.
Whereas the Grey Cup is just total Canadiana, where you can go to all these places. It's laid back. The commission will walk into the party and have a beer.
Well,
you're never going to see that happen in the National Football League.
You don't think Goodell's going to do that?
Well, that's the thing. Now that you're the commish, is it stop and chat with all 9 fan bases? And everybody's got, like, you know, a critique or not, maybe a suggestion of
just
what.
all love. All love.
All love.
It's
That's
just
what it
all
is,
love.
right?
Nothing better than a guy that's had 20 beers that feels like he can make the game better, huh, Stu?
Those are when I get my best ideas.
Oh,
Jeff.
I'm sure. I think there's a story about the Browns owner that talked to somebody who was just drunk on the street, and he said, draft Johnny Manziel, and he did.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, don't listen to that guy,
All right.
Stu. There's our suggestion. But yeah, it's been a really cool couple of days. We saw you up there on the podium speaking French as well.
Can we?
That was pretty incredible. I mean, has that always been a part of the background? I wasn't aware of that you had that type of talent.
Well, you know us Ottawa boys. We
Yeah.
come up close to that Quebec border. We learn a little French along the way. And
Usually only in the bars in Hull.
that is true. That is true. You scrape the rust off.
Deux autres bières, s'il vous plaît.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, it's great. And there's such a wonderful French population in Winnipeg.
Right.
So if ever there was a time to bring the French out, I thought it was here.
Stu, we've seen Gary Bettman address the National Hockey League at different times of the year, one being the All-Star Game, and there's one other time, maybe before the Stanley Cup playoffs start. What is one thing that you like to get across? It's your first time. What's one thing you did want to get across in addressing everybody?
Yeah, well, I mean, a few things. One, just a reinforcement of how amazing this league is, how unbelievable Grey Cup week is. And then coming off some of the announcements we've made earlier this year, I just wanted to make sure I was crystal clear that we are a 3-down, 12-player, 65-yard wide, unlimited motion game. That is here, and that is here to stay. And so we can't wait to see that game, going forward.
There you go. There's a round of applause.
So when you're doing your speech, is it a teleprompter? This ties into you and the other night. There was a comment by a commissioner that called somebody Dumbo instead of Jumbo.
I felt for
I
don't
him
think
too.
you guys should have given him a hard time,
I
because
didn't
as much
give
as
him
you
a
can
hard
give
time.
Bettman a hard time for a
we
lot,
didn't give him a hard
What are you
time.
talking
you
about?
destroyed him, O-Dog.
He did not.
I didn't do anything.
I don't think
swear
we
to
said
God.
anything.
No.
He came backstage and I thought he was going to cry. It's like one of the first times I felt bad for the commissioner in my life.
It's just a mistake.
I
It's
know.
not a big deal.
But that's a tough one.
And Jumbo was great about it too.
Yeah.
Jumbo kind of laughed, but it wasn't a teleprompter mistake, was it?
No, I think it's
wasn't
just
a D?
the teleprompter is at that thing is way at the back of the room, so maybe it's hard to read sometime if you're doing a thing.
Well,
so I don't know. I think he just.
I think we should cut all commissioners a lot of slack.
Yes,
Exactly.
Everyone's just trying to have a good time.
That's right.
Everyone's trying to have a good time. Well, Stewart Johnston with us, Commissioner of the CFL. James Duthie with us here as well. And JD, you're a part of the production.
Thank you. Thank you again.
You're a
Running
part
gag.
Let's leave him alone, guys.
Yeah, come on, guys. Let's show him some love
It's
here.
enough.
You've hosted the Grey Cup so many times in your career, and it's a big, you're obviously thinking of the production. And you were joking, Stu, about, flying into Grey Cup cities in the past and allowing the production to do what it does. As a commissioner, I'm curious what you put more emphasis in on Sunday. Will it be the actual game itself, like how it plays? Is it a close game? Are they both teams healthy, playing well, suspenseful? I know your objective is not about one team winning or the other. Or is it the details of the event? Because the event is as big as it gets.
It is. I mean, Grey Cup week is the event, and then it finishes with the ultimate finale in the game. So the game on the field, I want two teams battling it out, stay healthy, great officiating, and a close game at the end, and I'm great with the game. Mm-hmm. But because this is such a massive event and there's so much interest of national importance, we want to make sure it comes off well. So working with a broadcast partner, make sure that those pictures look fantastic and show off this amazing game in the best possible way.
So in saying that, do you go up to Duthie and say, like, in years past, this was terrible what you did, so make it better this year?
Yes, because I held off telling him that in my previous life. I've got a laundry list now.
Well, the truth is, the one thing he would usually say to me on Grey Cup Sunday is, make sure you grill the commissioner.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's true, because one thing I love about TSN, the bosses never interfere in what we say, never tell us what to do, even though the partner's with the league. And so that's one of my jobs on Sunday, and now he's got to be on the other end of it.
How do you prepare for the Duthie treatment on Sunday?
Well, I am going to drink a lot on Saturday night. I'm going to
maybe Sunday morning.
Maybe Sunday morning, get myself ready. James has always been a very fair broadcaster,
yes,
and asks just very straightforward questions. And no, I'm looking forward to it. He is, I think you would all agree, the best broadcaster.
Oh, he's sucking up.
One of one.
Sucking up now.
One of
one.
one.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
We'll clap for him. Duthie country.
That's it.
Duthie country.
Duthie country.
Just remember that on Sunday.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm going to open up with these rule changes are a joke.
Well, the rule changes, I mean, you talk about a wave of optimism, pessimism, everything in between. People had a lot of reaction, to some of the rule changes, the details of, the field and the benches going on different sides and the end zones, et cetera. Nathan Rourke in particular, we interviewed you shortly after. Nathan was not overly happy with the decisions that you made to, take the league in a certain direction. And last night he wins the MOPs, maybe the face of the CFL right now. Have you had a chance to catch up with Nathan? And if so, where do things stand with the players around the league in terms of where you're kind of taking the sport?
Yeah, look, I was at the awards last night. I got to see Nathan, chat with him before the awards, and then afterwards holding his two beautiful trophies, and gave him big congratulations. Really nice connection, nice conversation. He's focused on the BC Lions and where they're going to go next year. And I think we've had a great understanding of kind of where each other's perspective is. And I think what he's hearing from me, and certainly what he would have heard today, is these changes are about enhancing our game. They're not about changing our game. And that's our focus. And when I look at the two quarterbacks playing in the game on Sunday, both of them have been very supportive of the things we're trying to do. I talk to player agents. They tell me all their clients are super pumped about where we can go as a league. And today we just announced, a brand new overhaul of our website. We're going to have a new app. We're going to launch a season-long fantasy game. All things to engage our fans in what our game is. And I think there's just a lot of excitement about that.
Yeah, well, I read that today, and I noticed a lot of positive reaction to it. And I sense there's been people that have been calling for that for quite some time linking the fantasy, making sure the technology is where it has to be in 2025. So if you are a fan and you're hearing that, like, how do you emphasize the fantasy in particular? Because it's such a huge part of pro sports today, whether it's the NFL, NHL, every league has got to have it. You guys have it now, but how do you make sure everyone's exposed to it?
Well, you guys are going to do a great job promoting it for us.
Absolutely.
Yes, we're going to get you on teams as well.
Yeah.
We think that through all our channels, whether it's with our great partners here at TSN and RDS, and certainly our own channels and other partner channels, we are going to promote it. Everyone's going to know we've got season-long fantasy, and that really is the gateway to fandom. And I think for football in particular, out of all those sports, it's just so important. You pick your teams, you have your draft, and you move forward, and week to week, you know all about fantasy. It just keeps you engaged, and I can't wait to see it come together.
So in terms of plans, these are pretty significant, and then this I don't see any drawback from the website, from the fantasy. I think that'll be very, very well received. How quickly do you dive into more changes? Like, what is your appetite for that next move, considering how substantial these have been and the reaction they've all kind of had over the last couple of months?
Well, look, I'm going to let us all breathe for a little bit, but I know the folks at the league office are pretty tired of me asking one question over and over. Why do we do that? Why? Let's just answer. Don't do anything because you've always done it before. Let's ask why we're doing it. We're in a modern world. Let's figure out where we're going to go. And the answer could be because this is the best plan. This is the best option. That's great. I don't think any of us should be afraid of change. And we're not looking at any rule changes, but just how we run our business and the website, our relationship with the provincial football organizations, with Football Canada, with how we're going to drive flag football in schools. Super exciting stuff. And that's where I want to see us go.
JD, you just perked up with the flag football.
He was a star.
That's your wheelhouse.
Here we go.
Well, the Olympics thing just happened like 10 years too late. I think I would have been there if it was, 2016.
I agree.
But it's not going to happen for me this time.
And CFL players eligible for the Olympic Games?
Absolutely.
So what's going to I wanted to save this for Sunday, but this is the one I'll ask. So if Nathan Rourke, say, is the quarterback for Canada at the Olympics, it's not shutting down the league like the NHL is, right? He'll just miss a couple of games, or
look, it's 2028. So the announcement we want to make is they're going to be there. They're going to participate. We're going to work it. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's hear it for that.
Yeah. How big an opportunity is this for our players and our game to be available for that team? So let's just say that is happening. How we handle it, we're going to work with the CFLPA. We're going to talk about kind of how things can roll out. I think the two obvious ways to handle it is, one is you play right through like they do in soccer when teams move out, or you shut down. I think most likely we power right through. Looking forward to those discussions. There's only 10 players on a team.
Right. There might only be 3 CFL players or something that play in it, right?
Right.
No, exactly.
Because you have Canadians playing in the NFL that could play in
it.
Right.
You mentioned a guy like Nathan Rourke. I mean, that's pretty difficult to fulfill that guy's role if he's going to miss a game or two. Unless you're going to step in, JD. Is that what you're claiming it could be you?
It's not out of reach.
Right. And it is a few years away, so you have time to figure that out. But in terms of what that could mean for your league, I'm sure you're having dreams of that already.
We are, and that when we presented that to the board and we said we know it's 2025, we're talking about 2028, but I think it's really important for us to get the message out now that we are committed, that however it's going to work out, if a team's going to miss a player for a couple of weeks, we're okay with that. All 9 lead governors said absolutely. We're in on that. This is too important an opportunity. We will manage whatever the fallout is. The fact it happens in the middle of our season, that's okay. We'll figure it out.
Well, we've been in Winnipeg the last couple of days. We had the nail gun on yesterday speaking about this market and the importance in the CFL and how, the sellouts in the stadium and how just rabid the fan base is out here. I mean, you've known that for a long time, obviously, but now that you're the commissioner and you can get behind, under the hood, so to speak, how great of a Canadian Football League market is Winnipeg?
Well, look, this is a model for all other markets to follow. What the Bombers have done in the last 10 years is so impressive. Huge credit to Wade Miller, president of the Bombers, but also to this fan base. They have stepped up. They know football. They love football, and they support this team. It is so impressive. And I want to share best practices with the other 8 markets, all of whom do great things, but Winnipeg is pretty special.
Well, we were joking that we flew in here to take Mike O'Shea back to Toronto with us.
Yeah.
That's our plan.
It went over really well yesterday.
Wow.
Really well.
People here really didn't want to hear that.
That
But
was awful talk out of your mouth.
there seems to be a lot of shuffling going on. I saw Ryan Dinwiddie today, and he's pretty ecstatic with his new role in Ottawa, and we'll see what happens with O'Shea. But how closely do you have to follow that stuff in terms of the coaching carousel in the league?
Well, very closely. I mean, we've got clear policies in place on who can talk to whom when. They have to clear it with the league office. They have to clear it amongst teams. Everything has happened above board, and so these conversations happen. What I love is the discussion about the league that continues,
Yep.
right? This is more talk of the CFL, and the more we're all talking about the CFL, the happier I am. And hopefully the result of Mike O'Shea lands in a place where everyone's happy in this bar.
Yes, I'm sure
but,
they will be.
But however it lands, we've got great coaches, and that they're in high demand, and I love to see the way this is playing out.
There you go.
Nice.
Well, JD, you're in Grey Cup mode, so that means you're not necessarily focused on the Leafs, but do you know who's on the panel with you on Tuesday night?
Is it OverDrive
that
night on the
us?
I
panel?
think it's coming up pretty soon. I
It
may have
is.
just
It's
let
Tuesday.
the
I think
cat
it
out
is
of the
Tuesday
bag.
night.
I think maybe we were supposed to announce that next week,
Yeah,
and I just
probably not supposed to tell
completely
people.
threw that out.
I'll be,
Yeah, it's on the
is so
schedule.
stupid.
I'm
right
just
there.
letting everyone know, like Duthie in particular.
I'll
you got
be
to prepare.
hungover from this, so I can just like this segment. I'll just shut up and let you guys do your thing.
I was going to say, why did you even come out here? We wanted to talk to the commission. All of a sudden, you sit down.
That's so uncalled for. Because Duthie's been booked for weeks.
You're gonna
We've
have to
had
go back.
JD booked for
You're
weeks.
going to have to go back on the show to see who got everybody to boo people in that coming out.
Who do
You
you
have to
think?
go
We'll
back
give
to
you
the-
one guess.
Either him or him.
Or it might have been Rennie. It's
No.
Rennie.
Rennie,
It's not me.
he's been riding a tight ship out here the last
The
couple
only
of
thing
days.
you can do to make me feel better and make things right is to tell everybody in the bar to show up at McNally Robinson Bookstore tonight at 7 o'clock.
Yes. All right,
I
there we
can't
go.
believe you did that. I told you that's the
Open the
only
code.
reason he wanted to
Open
come
the
on.
code. There, open the code. I'm telling you. There it is. There's the book.
We're plugging
That's the book.
books.
Yeah.
We're plugging books, as we should. How many books is that for you now, JD?
5. My wife always says I'm the only person who's written more books than I've read. So there you go.
Okay. 5 books. That's pretty impressive.
Thank you.
Yes.
I noticed you didn't bring any for us, but that's okay.
Did you
He
like
has
did,
one.
did you like the
don't
long
have one.
pause when you asked how many? Let me
Yeah.
just think.
Oh, I know.
Let me count how
Shakespeare
many.
over
Yes,
here. Oh,
that's
how
it.
many is it? Oh,
Am I in
back-
this one?
Yes.
Am I in this book?
You're in this book.
Yeah.
You're both chapters. Certified
There we go.
Beauties.
Certified Beauties.
Terrific stories. A chapter about O-Dog getting in trouble staying out late in L.A. Chapter about Noodles kind of getting in trouble staying out in L.A. So there's a common thread
Common
between
theme.
the two of them.
There you
L.A.
go.
is the trouble.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can imagine. All right,
Yeah.
guys. Well, great seeing the both of you. Thank you for doing this, and enjoy each other's company on Sunday.
Yeah.
Don't know why I was here, but thank you. Thank you. It's great to have you. No idea why I was here.